We don't know anything that anybody wants, a material object, a relationship, an event, a circumstance, a pile of money. There isn't anything that anyone wants that isn't for the reason that they believe they will feel better in the having of it. In other words, you know this. You were born knowing this. We just want to activate it within you so much that you can be obnoxious rebels in a world that needs you to behave in certain ways and be joyful even though they disapprove of your behavior. Yes.
Thank you so much. You just described my childhood.
And present.
First of all, I want to thank you for actually making your tapes, because that's how my partner found you, and that's how she found me.
We're all in this together.
We are grateful to be here for many firsts. First Abraham Hicks conference, first cruise, and the first time to Alaska.
And leading edge conversation.
Amen. We would like some help with money.
It's
Our negative thoughts about it.
That's done. Now what?
Okay. We would like some guidance in accepting our...
Wait. Why are we still talking about it?
Oh.
You ask, it's given. Is there anything else on your list?
Yes, this is something new, I think. Maybe it's not. Accepting our creations and further refining them.
That's done. What else?
Okay. Oh gosh, because you already answered the rest of the things in the other people. We've always had a feeling that we have been squelched.
Well, don't do that.
We are more able to exist. That we are more able to exist, given more gifts, and been more fortunate. And at times, I feel I have wasted it.
Well, stop thinking that.
Perhaps it's because my mother keeps reminding me of it so
well,
often.
don't talk to her anymore.
I'm liking this. Okay. Guilt about Jesus.
Irrelevant, has nothing to do with you whatsoever. Don't ever talk about it again.
Okay. Okay, the last thing then, I guess, is we have met many people on the boat who would like to see whales, and we would like you to help us see them.
It's done. Now what?
I'm done.
Hardly seems fair that we wait for you to lay infinite intelligence, sarcasm all in one place. But we knew that you were in a place that you could receive it in the spirit in which it is given. And now we want to say to you that we weren't kidding one bit about any of that.
I don't think you were.
That when you ask, it really, really, really is given. And if you knew that in the way that we know that, these answers would have been complete. You say, more money, please, and we say, so be it. And you say, clarity about this, and we say, so be it. And you say, understanding about this, and we say, so be it. We really want you to know that when you ask, it is always given. And we know that it's not necessarily the case that just because we say so be it, that you will say, all right. In other words, when Jesus saw someone, we weren't going to talk about him anymore. Wait. When someone stood before Jesus, and there have been many healers that understood this as well, he did not allow himself to see their current state of disallowance of well-being. Instead, because he had practiced it so clearly, even before they walked into his awareness, he had practiced his knowing of their wellness. And so when they stood before him, he knew only their wellness, and he knew it so completely that he vibrationally convinced them for the time. He said, go forth and tell no one, because he knows what the naysayers will say. In other words, he knows what the realists would say. He knows what those who have been keeping historical documents would say. He knows what the x-rays might say, or the physicians might say, or the family members who remember your circumstances might say. So he says, try if you can not to talk about it with those who will continue to keep alive within you an activation which is the only thing that is keeping you from what you are asking for that has already been given. And so we want so much for all of you to begin accepting that when you ask, it is done. Practice it while you're on board. Ask for something and then just expect it to be given. And don't expect necessarily that it's going to show up in this moment, but accept that it has been granted. Esther calls room service. They don't knock on her door as soon as she hangs up the phone. In other words, they say to her, it will be a little while, but we will do our very best to comply with your wishes. And Esther is patient enough to know that in time, what she's asked for will appear at her door. And we want you to understand that there is this same sort of room service delay in all manifestations because there is this buffer of time. In other words, you're wanting to give the fairies of the universe an opportunity to line up with what you've been asking for. But we want you to know that in the same way that when you make your request that someone's on it, someone capable, someone willing, someone wanting to please you, someone, a whole lot of someones are on it. And when you start fostering that expectation, then you'll start opening that door a little more frequently and letting in a little more of what you are asking for. Esther laughs. She calls room service and then she does not hear them knock. And then they call her and they say, we're standing outside your door with your food. And we say, some of you are that way. In other words, you're asking, but you're not listening for what you have asked for. And so room service is standing outside your door with a plate full of all the stuff you've been asking for, and you're in there wondering where it is. And we say, just start trusting. Open the door on a really regular basis. They might be there, you see. Yes. Yes. Good. So, where are you?
Well, something that happened while you were talking is the fact that so many times I want to open the door
Can
for
you hear?
somebody else. So many times I want to open the door for somebody else, and I get frustrated when I
What do you
can't do
mean?
that. For instance, just sharing you with somebody who's a staunch believer in Christianity and trying to open that door
never
for them.
do that. Never do that.
Okay.
Opening the door is one thing. Clubbing them over the head is something altogether different. All is well with you. You are sensitive. You know what you are doing. Well-being is on your doorstep. Much of it has already come in. Just relax. You're doing just fine.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, it is.